unintentional rapping as such. Is that fair? I don't know. It's
something like that. It's proto-rap. Early rap. Not by rappers, but maybe by rock artists who tried to have a little go at rapping, either when rapping was in its infancy, or before rap had even emerged as an art form, a music form. So you start off, Adam. Who've you got?
Hey, can I just ask, who won last week in the end?
That's a good question. I did.
Oh, really? That's a big surprise.
Yeah, what, are you accusing us of cheating?
Yeah.
Do you think we fixed it?
I think because I wasn't there, you definitely fixed it.
Do you think maybe we forgot actually to get hold of your record? Do you think that could have happened? And that you actually won, but we didn't have the record, so we had to sort of bend it, because we didn't have your record?
I can't believe that would happen, because...
Well, no, it's unfeasible, isn't it?
Anyway.
It's unfeasible.
So this week, shall I start this week?
Yeah.
This week I've got some Bob Dylan. Now, it's often said about Bob Dylan that he was the godfather of rap in some ways. I've even heard some rappers saying that, so it's not just the kind of thing that kind of middle-aged jerks like me say. I am suggesting that you vote for a track called It's All Right Ma, I'm Only Bleeding, alright? I'm only bleeding, right? And it's an amazing sort of spoken poetry type thing. Well, it's not. It's just sort of incanted in this mesmerizing way by Bob Dylan. It's one of the most extraordinary pieces of music that he did, and I think you couldn't really fail to be impressed by it, even if you're not really a Bob Dylan fan. It's fantastic stuff. Very long, so I probably wouldn't be able to play the whole thing. But It's All Right Ma, I'm Only Bleeding is what I want you to vote for. Vote for Bob Dylan.
Okay, so it's going to be Bob Dylan versus, and once again I went through quite a lot of rejected records to get here. I was going to choose, to really annoy you, Adam Buxton, the Sid Snot Rap by Kenny Everett. I've even burnt it onto that CD, but I listened to it and it stinks. It's absolutely worthless and unlistenable, even though Kenny Everett was a genius. But so instead, I've chosen Blondie with Rapture. Very obvious choice. Debbie Harry, of course, doing some very early rapping, one of the first white rock stars to hear rapping in New York and try and copy it. She has a pretty good in other parts, but the groove she's rapping over is fantastic. It's a very famous record. So there you go. So this week's Ditties in the Dock is Bob Dylan with
It's All Right Ma, I'm Only Bleeding
versus Blondie with Rapture. 0871 222 1049 and 5. It's going to be the best of 5. We've got 2 sets of the Rolling Stones singles to give away. It's a lovely chunky box full of every Rolling Stones single between 68 and 71. Very valuable prize. I think it's actually worth £40,000.
That's amazing.
It is amazing.
You can buy a house.
So there we go. Actually, it's probably worth about £10-20. But there we go. 0871 222 1049. Blondie or Dylan, give us a call.
XFM.
Don't look at me that way. It was an honest mistake.
All right, the bravery. Calm down. Don't take it personally.
So that's the bravery, yeah? So listen out for them. They're going to be big this year. They're going to be huge. You heard it here on XFM.
They were on the Friday Night Project, weren't they?
Were they?
Yeah, all the big bands are going on the Friday Night Project, which gets double the ratings of Nathan Barley. Did you know that?
Double the ratings, even though it's on afterwards.
And it's possibly not as good. I don't know what anyone else thinks. There we go. This is Adam and Joe coming up to the last 9 minutes of our show. It's Ditties in the Dock. Are we going to have the jingles?
Oh, yeah, a bit of jingles. Well, we had a little bit of time, so I thought I'd I just wanted to say one thing. Yeah. This is just a little thing that's been bugging me.
Yeah.
You know the Boogeyman?
The new film Boogeyman, yeah, the Boogeyman.
For 15 years, everyone told me there was no such thing as the Boogeyman. Well, that's because there isn't. It's a bogeyman. It's a bogeyman, like bogies.
Boogie.
Suddenly he's transformed into like a boogeyman.
Well, it's an American thing anyway, isn't it? Nobody has the boogeyman in Britain, do they? No one's parents say anything about the boogeyman.
I might be wrong, but I think even the Americans called him the bogeyman. I think it's because there was already a film called The Bogeyman.
Oh, there's a fantastic film called The Bogeyman involving a smashed mirror and shards of it that end up in people's faces.
Now, as I say, an American out there might like to correct me, but I believe the boogeyman has just been created not to conflict with bogies, and instead we've got this, big boogeyman going around with a big afro.
So you think it might have been called the boogeyman, the bogeyman in America, and they might have put an extra O for the British market so it's not confused by some sort of snot-peddling horror monster.
Yeah, they're not going to call him the Booger Man.
The Booger Man. But
no, because, Raymond Briggs has got the Fungus the Bogeyman as well as the other thing. But it's the Bogeyman. The guy under the bed that you're frightened of is the Bogeyman, not the Boogeyman. The Boogeyman is, I don't know, Robbie Williams or someone like that. It's just, I was just a little worried about the boogie.
Well done clearing that up.
Thanks very much.
This is Ditties in the Dock. This week it's proto-rappers, white rockers who got caught by the rat bug, either before it existed or after. We've got Bob Dylan versus Blondie. Blondie with Rapture and Bob Dylan with...
It's all right, Ma, I'm only bleeding.
The last two callers who come through are going to win the Rolling Stone singles collection. We're doing that because you've only been given 2 copies, but it's a fantastic collection there, available in the shops probably sometime now. Sharon is on the line. Hello, Sharon.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Good.
I love you, Sharon.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Thanks very much.
So, Sharon, who are you voting for?
It has to be Bob.
Oh, yeah. Do you know the track I'm talking about, presumably, don't you?
Yep.
And it's
I
quite...
owe a lot to Bob. I owe a good day to Bob.
Why do you owe a lot to Bob?
Because he was the original gangster rapper, and if it wasn't for him, I would have seen 50 pence last year at Reading getting bottled off the stage.
Really? Were you throwing bottles at 50 cent?
I wasn't.
Oh, well, that's amazing. What? You're a human tribute to the evolution of rap.
Yeah.
So that's 1-0 to Adam.
Thanks very much for your call.
Sharon. James. Hello, James.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Marvellous, thank you. How are you?
Well, we're okay, thank you very much.
James, you sound a little bit louche. You sound as if you're sitting in your easy chair, smoking a cigarette with a large cravat, whilst reading some rather witty poetry.
That's uncanny, I can't believe she's...
I'm going to be doing the same thing myself later this afternoon.
James, who are you going to vote for?
Dylan, please.
Dylan. It's 2-0
Double
to
Dylans.
Buxton.
Thanks very much for
Dylan's
your call,
wiping
James.
the floor with Harry and Blondie and Rapture.
I've got a feeling you might claw a little.
Do you think this is
back.
a false start?
I-
A red herring?
I just know the way our producer Lila takes the calls somehow.
Oh, she's looking flabbergasted at such cheek.
Come on,
Looking
then.
vilified. Mark, are you there?
Yeah, mate.
Hey, Mark, how are you doing?
Not bad, not bad.
Are you cotchin?
Yeah, man, just chilling.
Are you? Good man.
What's cotchin?
Cotchin just means chilling.
Wow.
So, Mark, what are you voting for?
Let's have a bit of Rapture, please, mate.
A bit of Rapture. Well done. The tide may be starting to turn. That's 2-1 still to Buxton.
From James in his easy chair to Mark with his barrow down the market.
Yeah.
Selling cockles and being cheeky. He voted
I
for
don't think
Rapture.
Mark's selling cockles, but he's probably selling something, and I'll have a bit. Thanks very much for calling, Mark. We do appreciate that. Steve, are you on the line?
Yes, I am. How you going?
Very well, Steve. You realise, being our penultimate caller, you've won the Rolling Stones singles 68 to 71. Is that something that makes you happy, or will it go straight on eBay?
Fantastically happy. Very happy, yes. Thank you very much.
Good man. Well, that'll be coming to you. And what's your vote? Is it going to be Dylan or Blondie?
Only because you get Blondie every day on the radio, it's got to be Dylan and me.
Oh, well, that's it, isn't
Yes,
it?
thank
Well,
you.
what about Marnie,
Didn't
who
ex-
was on the 5th line? Who's going to win the other Rolling Stones thing?
Oh.
Marnie, are you there?
It's moot.
Yeah, I'm here.
Marnie, what's going on? Who are you going to vote for?
Well, it had to be Dylan because Adam sold it really well. Plus, the Blondie rapping is really, really bad. Can I win the Rolling Stones thing?
Yeah, you
you
can.
Because I've been on once before, and you gave me a really rubbish book of hair.
Book of Hair.
I remember that, yeah.
It was so bad, and you were really embarrassed to give it away.
Well, at least you got it. Most people don't get their prizes.
Like,
That's
since-
not true.
can I
That's
just-
not true. That's not true, Lila. I'm
Since-
sorry.
Since then, Lila has really pushed out the boat on the prize front. We get amazing prizes now on the show, and that's all
I'm
thanks to
really
Lila's
grateful to you.
diligent work. And, well, that's great,
That's a
Marnie. I'm glad you're
washover.
voting
A washover?
for Bob. A washout.
A washout, a
Walkover.
whitewash, a walkover, all those things. A
A
wash right
slap.
over. A slap in the face to Cornish.
A slap in the face to Blondie, because, I mean, basically it is a good track, and I know what you mean about it being groovy and all that stuff, but it may as well be John Barnes doing the rapping on there. It's just atrocious stuff. So anyway, I guess I won't be able to play the whole of this, but I'll get as much in as I can. It's Bob Dylan with It's All Right, Ma, I'm Only Bleeding. And thank you very much for voting for that, and thanks for listening to the show.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Same time. Oh dear. Sorry, I was just logging on to the emails, check the emails for the week.
That's Joe Cornish logging on.
Speaking, Jack Cornish speaking, and I accidentally hit the microphone with the corner of my headphones. I'm very sorry.
Still, that's something to tell the kids
It's the
one
kind
day,
of thing
isn't it?
that goes on in here. It's really off the wall.
Yeah, for the next 1 hour, 55 minutes, pretty much anything could happen, because Adam and Joe are in the house.
We've got like 10 million emails.
Well, that's fantastic.
We really do. Well, you know, like 100 or something.
Keep them coming. Great to be here. It's a lovely, lovely day. It's the beginning of spring, isn't it, basically,
I
Joe?
don't understand. Nobody ever used to be this interested in us or our show.
Well,
What's
man,
going on?
it's exciting. It's all happening. We're big. We're very big.
Maybe
and
it's one insane listener.
it's just big. And it's so big, I'm going to play the jingle.
That sounds interesting, let's talk about it. I always enjoy our little chats. I never know what you'll say. Did you see that dirty film with songs in? If you ask me, it's just softcore porn. I'm not sure about that new TV show. Did you see that thing for charity? It was funny and they pledged money. I'm not sure about that new TV show. That sounds interesting, let's talk about it. Let's start talking now.
It's like a manifesto in song form.
It is. Alex Zane has left a little bit of tissue covered in bits of blood on this deck.
That's because he was playing Andrew WK at the end of his show there, and he got overexcited.
He's a bit manky.
Started
If any
bashing
women
his
out there
head.
think he's sexy, he's actually a bit manky.
That's what they like. That's what
Do
they
they?
find sexy.
Scabs.
Yeah.
Anyway.
He's got a sexy musk about him. Good show, though, Alex. Thank you very much to you and your team. We never thank Alex enough, I feel, and he always does
I'm
a
not
good
even
job.
sure you were listening. Were
I
you?
was.
Were
Yeah,
you?
yeah, it was
Cool,
very good.
good.
And it's really very good to be here this week. We've got lots to talk about, usual kind of competitions. We've got celebrity regression therapy this week.
Making a comeback.
Taking a break from Crap Commentary Corner for a week, and we've got a fairly easy celebrity regression therapy. That's a bit later on this hour. Also, a few things I certainly want to talk about. Did you watch Red Nose Day yesterday? I don't necessarily want to talk about it very much, but just interested to know.
Yeah. I think most of us, listeners as well, would have watched a little bit of it. I watched some of the Little Britain special.
Yeah? Well, yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing, isn't it? It just seems to render everything unfunny. I thought Steve Coogan was quite good. But every time you sort of build up a laughter roll, you get a film about suffering.
That's true.
And it stops you from feeling funny.
I mean, you turn over there, don't you?
What, during the films about suffering?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Or turn the volume down.
I was actually didn't have the energy to actually raise my hand off the sofa.
So you saw some suffering?
I saw some suffering.
Wow, well done.
And just the other thing about comic relief, it seems to me they're trying to do too much. They should target the aid. It seems to be Africa, Britain, it's just everywhere. They're helping everybody.
Well, they were specifying Africa and Britain yesterday.
Why spread it so thinly, so wide? Why not just target 10 people and really change their lives right around? Palaces, limos, sexy prosies, all the trimmings.
So that's like the lottery, though. You're suggesting a lottery.
Yeah.
That people donate to. However, I thought it was one of the better comic relief years. I thought it was really funny, lots of good stuff in there. Ricky Gervais was funny.
I didn't see that with Bowie.
Oh, no, I didn't see him with Bowie. Was he with Bowie?
Apparently David Bowie was making a small appearance, just a cameo appearance.
No, I just saw a little video diary with him being cynical and pretending that he'd gone to New York on the money that they... Anyway, it was good, though, and I did enjoy it, and I pledged some money. So there you go, I feel quite good about myself. And other things I want to chat about this week, obviously the Crazy Frog censorship scandal.
Yes.
We should touch upon, as it were. And Jamie's Kitchen. Have you watched Jamie's Kitchen?
Yeah, I have.
You don't sound happy about it.
No, I quite like it.
It's quite good. I was quite surprised.
We're talking about it later, though, right?
Yeah, we're going to talk
hold
about
off.
it later. Okay. And I know this is the kind of thing that makes you upset, Joe, because everyone's been talking about it, but 9 songs I really want to just chat about generally.
Right.
I don't have any specific
That's the
acts
song
of mine.
about shagging and listening to music.
Yeah,
and going to gigs.
the dirty
Yeah,
film.
Yeah.
The Michael Winterbuttocks film. Anyway, music now by Caesars, and you can find this song on an advert. An
Let's see you
excellent
next
advert.
week.
Yeah,
Bye.
bye. Dude, that's Phantom Planet with California.
That's from the OC, dude.
Dude.
This is awesome.
I don't understand about Phantom Planet. I know Jason Schwartzman, star of Rushmore,
and
etc.
I Heart Huckabees.
I Heart Huckabees. Used to be their drummer. I don't think he is anymore. But he pops up on some of the videos. Is he even on the video for that song?
As far as I know, no, and he's not the drummer anymore.
No, he's not, is he?
Wrong.
Just checking, just checking.
Wrong.
Now, I'm never going to check anything again now, because I've been so, shouted at. Checks. And, California by Phantom Planet. Before that, you heard Jerk It Out by the Caesars. This
Do
is...
it what to it?
Jerk It Out.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Jerk what out?
Yeah,
Of
you know,
what?
Well, if just something that's
feel
got
sick and
something that's got
sexy.
stuck. Speaking of feeling sick and sexy, I'm going to go and see 9 Songs later on.
Now, 9 Songs is Michael Windy Buttocks' film about the two people who go and have see concerts, don't they? And then they have sex, and then they see concerts, and they have sex, and it's only 60 minutes.
Is it?
It's under an